Already, he's speaking my language. I agree. He's using his forearm even for those slaps. I don't like that. Gotta get that rotate, dude. Had a little bit of a tussle with you at the start there, not focusing on the rotate. Coming full circle now, though. Loving it. This is the MaxHbass YouTube channel. MaxHbass. I've only been doing this like whole bass YouTube thing for like a year, but I've been playing the bass for a very long time. Focused on slap bass for a long time. I've always loved slap bass. The rhythms, the sounds, the people. Larry Graham, you saw my Alexis Sklarevsky video, hopefully. There's someone who's been doing this whole YouTube bass thing way longer than I have, and that is Scott's Bass Lessons. Well, I found a video. Scott's not in it. Scott himself, the man with the glove. But it is Ian, someone that works for him. It's all about, it's a slap bass video. How to slap bass, beginner, intermediate, and boss level. It's only 11 minutes long, and so I'm just curious to see what about slapping the bass was important enough that they put it in this video. I'm just really curious. I haven't watched it. It's from 3 years ago. Figured we watch it together, and I'll give you my opinion as we go.
I know why you're here. You want to slap the bass. And of course you do, right? It's so much fun. In the right context and over the right tune, there's absolutely nothing better. My name is Ian Martin Allison with SBL, and today I am going to show you how to slap the bass. We're going beginner, intermediate, and boss level. Let's go.
Boss level.
Now my guess is this isn't the first slap bass YouTube video that you've watched. I mean, there are so many out there, right? All telling you probably a variety of different things, the best ways, best practices, how to approach slapping the bass. And of course, a bunch of them are really great, but I am not gonna take you through a whole host of different techniques. I am just gonna show you what I think is the best one. So let's do it. Here's how to slap the bass, okay? What I do is I take my thumb, and instead of going up at an angle like this, or down at an angle like this, I go absolutely parallel to the string, and then I strike through the string.
Already, he's speaking my language. I agree. The best. The absolute best. I still call it thumbs up because even though, you could consider it parallel to the string, but in my mind, there's thumbs up playing, which is what he's doing, and there's thumbs down, which is like flea style. But he's right. It's not a true like Mark King, like thumb totally up, right? It's in the middle. But that slap through, man, that slap through. Oh, that's so key to my sound and what I think everyone's sound should be. I've detailed this in other videos, but when you do the bounce, you lose it's super obvious in the headphones how much more fundamental, how much more gut and like punch there is behind the note, the fundamental. But other than that, like the attack and the tone is like exactly the same, just with more fundamental when you do the follow through. So to me, this is what I've always been focused on. Getting that super consistent follow through slap technique. Let's keep watching.
Right? Using that bone of your thumb, or maybe even slightly in front, and landing on that little bit of wood right after your last fret. And trying to get a nice consistent sound across all the strings. And if you can do that, then it leaves you in a great position for boss level, which is coming back up, called double thumb.
Oh, double thump. I despise double thump just because I can't do it. I like the way it sounds. I just always struggled with it. Maybe this video will get me to finally man up and practice it.
That's awesome.
Now that's the thumping part, or the slapping part, right? But we can't forget about the plucking or popping part. Use one of these two fingers. I'm weird. I like to do it with my first finger on the A and D string, and then my second finger on the G string. I don't know why. It's just what feels comfortable to me. And just pull. That's a pretty easy sound to make. And then on the G string, I use my second finger.
Okay.
First up is one of my favorite slap bass lines.
He's not focusing in on the rotate, which is something I'm huge on. Rotate. Practice rotate. Like you're twisting a doorknob. We got to use those twisty muscle groups. You rotate your forearm. That first finger, or the second finger, is going to get pulled out away from the string. That's where the pop comes from. Rotate, dog.
Played by none other than Larry Graham of Sly and the Family Stone. In 1969,
thank you.
this tune was recorded. Thank you for letting me be myself. And it may be the first recorded example of thumping and plucking together in one tune.
See, he's like going like this for his plucks. Sort of like lifting the wrist up. It might just be because it's like such a slow tempo, and I'd be curious to see if he gets into one that's really grooving, if the rotate comes through. I notice that happens when I'm teaching, when I'm focusing on plucks. My arm movement is different than when I'm really in the zone. So there, I was like in the zone. You can see I'm just straight up rotate. None of this like coming up or pulling my arm out, just the rotate. Let's see what he has to say about thank you here.
Now, I said this was gonna be beginner level, and this actually isn't all that easy to get under your fingers because the rhythm is kind of tricky, right? But it is such a classic example. The first example. And if you're gonna slap the
iconic Larry Graham thing where he lets that E string just ring wide open. The other one is I did a video on, ain't no fun to me. That epic, it's got that epic where you slide up to the 12th fret and then slap the open E. Then it rings underneath that little dominant double stop thing. Classic Larry Graham sound right there.
The bass, you gotta start with Larry Graham. Key at E, short notes, all thumbed up to the E from B. That's the beginning. B, D, E. Then we're gonna pluck. That's gonna be plucking on the E, down to the D, back up to the E. So first phrase. And then that is the second phrase. Just D to E, plucking E to D. So here are the first two phrases together. And then the first one again. And then the fourth phrase is different. Oh, and that, I love that part so much. You slide into a D, play that open E, let it ring over the top. And a lot of people, I feel like, don't play that quite right. And I love letting that E ring. Woo. So here's the whole thing a little slower.
Just get that slide up to the open E sound. The classic Larry Graham move. See, he's using his forearm even for those slaps. I don't like that. Gotta get that rotate, dude. Use those twisty muscle groups. If you want a great example, okay, you know you've trained your algorithm well when you can type in scoop and it brings up the Marcus Miller song. Ah, here, this is a classic video that I think about sometimes. Just love watching him play because there's not a single movement that's extraneous. Everything he does counts. So subtle and precise and just no wasted energy. If this video gets 500 likes, I will transcribe and learn this exact version of Scoop. I've always wanted to do it, I've just never taken the plunge. But 500 likes. So right now, subscribe, comment, like, share with your friends if you want to see me. You know what? I will live stream it. If this video gets 500 likes, I will do a live stream where I sit here and figure out every single little note he plays in this. And I'll chart it out and put it on my website.
Next on the list, intermediate level, is Flea with the Red Hot Chili Peppers playing Stevie Wonder's tune, Higher Ground off of Mother's Milk. And just check out this classic Letterman performance. Will Lee in the background singing.
I get a lot of flack for it, but I'm not a Chili Peppers fan. I mean, it's all right. Let's keep watching.
BGV's like on the floor with the band. It's great. Check it out. Flea with that Stingray just starting out the tune so bold, like perfect tempo. He's such a beast. Here's the riff, and then I'll break it down for you.
I mean, that's cool. I gotta hand it to Flea. Flea's a good bass player. But my boy Marcus Miller also did Higher Ground. You gotta love it. Now he's an E flat here.
We have a gazillion courses, seminars,
advertisement.
Camp. Are you ready for boss level? Then I give to you, Victor Lamont.
You know, I'm kind of disappointed they went from Larry Graham to Flea to Victor Wooten. Larry Graham is the iconic OG slapper. Flea, you know, he did his own thing with it. You know, put the whole punk rock spin. I see why they did that for the video. It makes sense in the video context. Whatever.
Wooten.
We're gonna learn this
with the Tramp. 1992 Zubas. When I first saw this, I was like, what is happening? Victor Wooten is playing one of the coolest slap techniques in the world. And it took me forever to get this down. That's why I call this boss level. It looks so simple, but it really isn't. But listen, check this out. I've set you up for success by not bouncing away. By not bouncing away from the string and playing through the string with your thumb, you are now prepared to go up with the thumb, right? So Victor is playing this groove, and this is blazing tempo with a little bit of a swing.
Maybe that's why. Maybe because Victor Wooten, he doesn't do the rotate like I do. When you watch him, he's going like. Maybe that's the key. Maybe the double thump you can't rotate, because I always try to sit here and just do the rotate, and I always hate it. But you know. Maybe Maybe it's not about the rotate for once.
So gnarly, but let me slow it down for you, okay? He's playing this. So all the things are coming.
So it's left hand, hammer on, muted, slap, with then like a thumb up.
So all the things. Things are coming together, right? And we're adding some up thumbs. One other thing that I want to point out is there's a left hand slap in this tune. That is where you're dropping it on the percussive and then open E string.
You know, this might be the riff that finally gets me to do the double thump. Not gonna lie, I love it. Because it's a different vibe than the pop. Getting it. Didn't expect to be learning the double thump technique during this video. Hats off to Scott's bass lesson. Mr. Ian over here had a little bit of a tussle with you at the start there, not focusing on the rotate. Coming full circle now, though. Loving it. I'm sort of like, now that I'm doing this groove, I'm still doing the rotate, but I'm finding myself engaging a little bit of muscle here, not necessarily to actually physically move my arm up, but to brace against that up pop. Whereas before, I was trying to pull out and not up. It's kind of this weird thing, okay? What I figured out with focusing on this rotate is whenever I pull out for the pops, I'm not actually moving my arm out, but I'm engaging the muscle group as if I was. Oh, I gotta fix this. So when I'm pop, like this, I'm not actually pulling out with my forearm, but what is happening is the same muscles kind of brace to keep my arm from going in against the bass when I do the rotate out. It's a very subtle thing, but I think it's super important. And what I'm finding is when I was trying to do that same technique when working on the double thumb, but what I'm realizing is my thumb really is coming up for that more than it is coming out. So if I think about bracing upward, it helps with my double thump. Okay, I might be onto something here. Gonna have to shed that.
And then we're gonna play a dead left-hand thump. So, hammer on, open E, left-hand slap. Now we're gonna play another hammer on from D to E, and then we're gonna go up with our thumb on G. After we pop the G with our up thumb, we're gonna play two dead notes, down, up on the A string, followed by an E. And that is essentially the ostinato for the whole riff.
yeah, I'm gonna file that one away into my practice sessions, and I will get that down because that's epic. If you like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Go check out my channel. I got tons more lessons, reactions, whatever you want to see. Yeah, comment if there's something you want to see me do next that I haven't done yet, or you got an idea for me. Let me know. Yeah, that's gonna conclude this video. Yeah. All right, bye.